Good afternoon. It's 7th of December 2017. Right now it's 1:32 p.m. Right? So let's talk about Nifty. Let's see what's happening in Nifty. So Nifty is little positive today. It opened with good, solid buying candle, and it continued like that, right? Then again, it had a bit of profit booking, and then again, it's planning to head up. I want to see what's happening in the international market. So let's go to FTSE. So FTSE is on a support. In 15 minutes, it's taking a good support, right? It's just open, and I can see there is little, with the tail it's trying to go up. Let's see meanwhile what's happening in CAC. Again, not bad, positive, and this is DAX, which is also little gap up, and then it's heading up. So fine, I think Nifty looks positive to me only, and how much positive and where will it go, that nobody can see, right? But I can only say one thing, that if Nifty is above the 200 moving average, then I would say my sentiments will be completely positive on Nifty. So this is Nifty, as I always keep on saying, whenever Nifty opens below, on the pivot point, below the pivot point means it's weak. If it's above the pivot points, it's positive. The stance of Nifty is positive. So it opened with volumes above the pivot point, right? And from there onwards, it has been going up, right? And it experienced a resistance. Can you see this? These pivot points are very important. You must always watch them carefully. What's happening on a pivot point? See here, resistance. It experienced a resistance and came down. Resistance and came down. Took a support, but the support was broken and it went down, right? Same is happening here. Resistance and it came down. So these pivot points are very, very important. Okay, now let's see what could be expected. What could be expected from Nifty. So Nifty have to go above this pivot point, right? And to head up, right? And then it has to convincingly cross. What should it cross? It should cross at least 200 moving average. As I told you, I will go long at that time and keep showing you on the YouTube how it works. That is what I plan to do now onwards. Every time a 200 moving average crossover takes place, I will enter into it. So you remember yesterday I told you Graphite India looks to me on a very good support, and see the run up that it has given you today. Since yesterday it has been just heading up, right? So you must be able to select such kind of stocks. JBMA is little under resistance. Let it go above this point, I would say above this point, which is 547. Then we can enter into the stock. Okay, I want to take you to my Telegram channel. We have given two stocks yesterday. One was LT Food, the other was GNFC, right? And you can see both, how are they doing. If you talk about, if you talk about this one, LT Foods Limited is at 87 rupees. Where did we give you? We gave it to you at 73 rupees in one day. How much return do you want? I mean, it's so beautiful. Such a nice run up it has given. The other trade that we have given you yesterday was GNFC, Gujarat Narmada Valley, right? Which is also pulsating to go up, right? That also looks to me in heading up. All right. So these are my trades. You can see yourself. Where will you get such a beautiful run up? And I want to read you the comments that you all have written. I find it very, very, nice and pleasing to read your comments. So Raj Shekhar Halakati has written, I'm working on only 10% profit on your setup and enjoying trading without fear. Thanks again. And that is because you are on YouTube. So see here, then I really like the comment by Ghachang. He says that intraday trading is mental torture. Short-term trading is like enjoying vacation in Caribbean island. I agree with you 100%, right? 10%, 15%, 20% in few days. Why would we do intraday, racking our brain and sitting and staring the terminal almost entire day? Why should we do that? Why should we do that? We will enjoy. So today my trade was in Adani Power. I have traded in Adani Power and made good, good points here. This was the Adani Power. And the other trade that I have done was Jet Airways. Of course, that didn't do that well. But this one, Adani Power, was good. But I'm not an intraday trader, one, and I don't plan to do intraday trading. But why I trade is because I teach, so I need to know, entry, exit. That is why I do it. Another trade that I did was ACC. I bought it at about this point, somewhere here, 1693. I can show you. 1693 is where we bought it. 1693. And I sold it at 723.65 or something like that, right? So, and even Adani Power, you can say 33.05 I bought and I sold it at 33.55. So I did trade just for the validating the validating my setup only. I trade. Now Nifty looks to be heading up. Okay, and let's once again go back and see what's happening into Bank Nifty. Let's see what's happening into Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, see, Bank Nifty is very volatile. I would say Bank Nifty, you must always have a broader perspective. Talk with respect to 50 and 200 moving average. Work only on the crossover of 50 and 200. Forget about 10 also. Just forget about 10. Only use, let me remove 10 moving average so that you are not confused at all. Here, only work on the crossing of 50 and 200 moving average, right? No other moving average, no other this thing. Whenever the cross takes place, 50 crosses 200, you can go long, you can buy it, right? Buy it over here, 2475. And whenever the cross happens in the downward direction or the candles leave the 10 moving average, exit, right? No clear cross, right? Even rather it's a resistance. So, I mean, if you want, you can short, but then you have to buy it back. It's not a very beautiful trade. You have to, when it's taking a resistance, you can sell it, but it doesn't give you much profit, right? So for that, you have to look at the long-term perspective. Okay, again here, gap up opening, don't do anything, but here when it's crossing in the downward direction, short it. Now wait for it to go in the upward direction. Don't do short trade in Bank Nifty. Don't do shorter trades because they will only give you pain. So I'm going to start this trading with you all. I will be trading in the one lot of Nifty because I'm more confident of Nifty than Bank Nifty, because I believe Bank Nifty depends upon a lot of factors. It could be the Fed meeting, it could be the RBI policy, it could be the various outputs, industrial outputs, and etc. So I find that it's very, very volatile. I would prefer to work with something which is more stable. So if I look into Nifty, I'm going to just refresh it. First, I'll look into it. There is a huge call put writing here at the 10,000 level. So Nifty definitely doesn't go below 10,000 level. Let's see how's the data changing. So I feel Nifty definitely plans to go up because it was 1,90,000. It was 1,92,000. It has become 1,71,000. That means the open interest is reducing, right? Open interest is the call writing is reducing. That means definitely Nifty has a positive stance, right? This is Nifty. If you want, you can fine-tune Nifty by also trading only with 50 and 200 moving average. See, beautiful setup now. Whenever the crossover takes place, trade on that 50 and 200. That's it. Forget about 10 also. Forget about 10. This is a neater, cleaner setup. So I'm going to wait for it to cross, right? So this is what my plan for Nifty will remain now. I'm going to trade only in one lot of Nifty and show you. So I showed you. And how many of you see the Gujarat Narmada is also started to move up. It's pulsating. So Holster. Hester Bio, sorry, Hester Bio, right? That was the Hester Bio that I gave you. Hester Biosciences. See what a beautiful run up. Even today it's up again. Again it's heading up, right? So these are the traits that I give in, these are the traits that I teach you, right? If you want to learn and if you want to be doing such kind of trading, I would say join my webinar. And I'm so happy to report that we started 3 days back our 11th webinar. People have started registering for my 12th webinar. So if you want to learn how do you enter such trades, how do you trade in them, I would say go for it. Like really collect money. I'm giving you trades here in Telegram. Whatever money you have, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, generate, earn from there and invest in your learning, right? When you do that, you will see the clarity, like it'll be transparent. Your trades will speak, like see this Adani Power. What a beautiful run up. What a beautiful run up it is given today. I didn't know when I entered in the morning that it's going to go that much up. I just wanted 50 paisa profit on 2,000 share or 3,000 share. That's about it. I took it and I exited it, right? So when your analysis is clear and complete, you will have no problem. You will have no problem, right? So I'm waiting for you all. I'm really waiting for you all. Please, ensure that you are having, like you're doing whatever you need to do. If you want to be in the market, you need to learn, right? So I'm waiting for you all. I'm really saying, I know this webinar, many people have joined who have been collecting money for past many months just to do my webinar. And I'm saying every penny that they have paid will give them returns in some form or the other. It will give them return. All right. So like I told you, this is a penny stock that I have invested in. High ground. It's opening up, gap up every day. This is Videocon, which is also opening gap up every day. But the thing is, it doesn't have good fundamentals. But see, pure on a technical setup, I have given it. And I'm going to be very careful and exit my position. The moment I see something, not going according to what I'm doing. Then HFCL. This also looks very nice to me. I have 500 shares here as well. Fine. So learning and investing in your learning, that makes you a complete person in stock market. All right. So good day, guys. Enjoy. And really, I really like this comment, positional trade is like having a vacation in the Caribbean island. It is exactly like that. Do that, even if you have 30,000 rupees, buy shares, leave it, next 2-3 days, 3,000 rupees, exit, enter into some other stock. I'll teach you how do you enter into an exit, and you have a passive income. Best of the CEOs are working for you day in and night. Best of the management systems are working for you. And what are you doing? You're only identifying them. You're only finding them. Where are these guys who are making the best, strategies and investing in their companies? Small amount. You own that company's part, right? So people are working for you day in, day out so that you can earn good money, right? Ashoka Leyland was also on my radar in the morning. I didn't trade in this, but it was on my radar. See the beautiful run up you can see over here, right? So what I'm saying, whatever segment you want to learn, even Bajaj Auto for that matter, I watched. It was looking very nice. See the beautiful run up. I can show you the stocks that I were on my radar. How are they doing? I had Bajaj Auto on my radar. I had, as my rule, I don't trade in such expensive stocks. I had Adani Power on my radar. I had Ashoka Leyland on my radar, right? And I had Jet Airways on my radar. These were stocks that I was closely tracking since morning, right? These were my stocks. So trade in these stocks, and these were intraday stocks, but like the one I told you, LT Foods or Dawat, This is what it has given today. This is what it has given today. We gave it yesterday, and this big candle, imagine, this is what you get. It's that beautiful. All right, so hoping that all of you are really making every single effort so that you can be my part of my next webinar. I'm waiting for you all. Good day, bye bye, see you tomorrow. Nifty looks to be little positive, but I will be completely saying that with confidence that if it moves above the 200 moving average. Right? Good day, bye bye, see you tomorrow.